What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a little bit of news in relation to probably a lot of people's favorite player that played for the Chicago Bulls, especially in this recent sort of history. His name is Derrick Rose. Recently retired, I think he was a year ago now. The time was really flying, ladies and gentlemen. And we now have a date in which the jersey retirement, I kind of gave it away what the video is there, but yeah, the jersey retirement, we now know the date. So let's talk about Derrick Rose. You know, we're probably going to be talking about him a lot. If you guys haven't noticed, I recently changed the thumbnail of my videos for the backgrounds to be roses. Subtle hints, of what I think this year's going to be about for me. But let's talk about it in this video. Before we get any further, if you liked the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know what you guys think about the Derrick Rose retirement jersey and retirement ceremony that's going to be taking place. Now, look, I know I'm talking to Bulls fans here, and I'll be making a video about this on the NBA channel, and that video is going to be a little bit more different to what I'm going to be making here because I'm speaking to Bulls fans here. So I know most of you are going to say he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He deserves to have his jersey retired. He deserves all these things that's coming his way. I guess the question I want to ask you guys more than anything is, how did Derrick Rose make you feel at the peak of his career, the time that he was playing, and just his overall career? How does that make you feel? You know, a lot of people might think of it with fondness, think of it with, wow, what a time to be alive, to watch Derrick Rose at the peak of his career. Some people might look at it with sadness and say his peak didn't last very long and those injuries really ruined what could have been a majestic career. Some people will look at it with inspiration, someone that fought truly to get back to a decent level of basketball, fought probably harder than anybody else in their career have fought to get back to the peak of basketball. He's obviously someone that a lot of people look up to as well. So how does he make you feel? But essentially, January 24th, 2026 will be the day. And look, I don't know if I'm working that day, but I don't know. But maybe that's the day I just, whoa, coughing up a storm here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just playing. But anyway, yeah, January 24th, 2026 will be the day that Derrick Rose gets remembered, and this retirement jersey ceremony will take place. They're going to have the #1 jersey up in the rafters, ladies and gentlemen, and no one will ever wear the #1 for the Chicago Bulls again. It's just another way to honor Derrick Rose, and it's just another way for Derrick Rose to feel appreciated with this organization. I'm very glad because he spent a lot of time around the league. He spent a couple of years with New York. He spent a couple of years with Memphis, a couple of years with Detroit. He's had his time in the NBA with other teams. I'm glad it's the Chicago Bulls that are doing all these things. Yes, he had his greatest moments here, but I'm also just very happy that when Derrick Rose did retire, the Bulls were kind of the team giving him all that love, if you know what I mean. Sure, there are many other teams, maybe New York will give him some honors. Maybe Detroit will as well, because those were kind of the two big teams that he spent a lot of time with other than the Bulls. Regardless, I'm happy it's the Bulls, and I'm happy that, the hometown kid, he's from Chicago, is getting the respect that I personally feel like he deserves. I think he deserves to have his jersey retired and put up into the rafters, alongside with some of the greats that we have ever seen. He's the youngest MVP, and that is something that is still yet to be taken away from him, ladies and gentlemen. So as a Bulls fan, I feel honored that I'm in this era where I get to kind of watch and see Derrick Rose get celebrated. And I really hope during that time, we can all look back at this moment with absolute fondness. And to the people that say he doesn't deserve it, because there are some will say he does not deserve to have his jersey retired. Some will say he didn't do enough to have his jersey retired. Some will say all these things. Let me tell you what the majority of Bulls fans are probably thinking. One, the majority of Bulls fans probably think he deserves it anyway. So it's just a matter of disagreement there. I'm not going to tell you you're right. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. You have your opinion. I have mine. It is what it is. But the second thing I want to say is, okay, maybe what if his jersey doesn't get retired? Let's just say that the Bulls never did this, right? Do you understand that most people that will wear #1 are going to get booed when they come to the United Center? Michael Carter Williams wore #1. Booed out the building. Doesn't matter if he was good or bad for the Chicago Bulls. I mean, we probably thought he could have been very good for us. And there was a time where he was very good for us in that small sort of area, you know, the half a season, he was really good for the Bulls. It doesn't matter. The problem is he got booed. Anyone that wears number 1 for Chicago that's not named Derrick Rose is going to get booed. So why not just make it official? Make it an official thing that no one will wear number 1 again. I think this is just the best of both worlds. It saves the players from a whole bunch of grief, thinking they can wear the number 1 and get away with it. Maybe they're not known to Chicago history, so they think, hey, I like number 1. That's my favorite number. They pick number 1. Boom, they get booed. Why do that to a player? And also, Derrick Rose deserves it. And if you don't think he deserves it, most people do. So, you know, I think this is a win-win for the league. This is a win-win for the Chicago Bulls. You've got many players around the league that are very happy about this news. Even LeBron James. You know, Bulls fans hate LeBron James. Well, apparently, we're the number 1 LeBron haters in the world. The Chicago Bulls fan base. We're the number 1 haters for LeBron. LeBron James is excited to see this. I mean, the way that I see it, if LeBron James, who is a bona fide Hall of Famer, will have his jersey retired with Miami, with Cleveland, with the Lakers, and heck, you saw it with MJ that a lot of teams retired 23 that he never played for them, like Miami. Miami retired 23. No one was ever allowed to wear number 23 again. You know what I mean? Maybe other teams will do the same thing when LeBron James retires. They will retire number 23, or they'll retire number 6 is already retired, but still, like, you know what I mean? Do you understand? If someone of that caliber, someone that's probably top 5 in the league, top 3 for some he's the best. You know, he's excited to see the Derrick Rose jersey retirement, and you know all that. It speaks volumes to what the players think, and I think that does matter as well. The players obviously feel this is a well-deserved situation. So I'm very happy for Derrick Rose, and I'm glad that the majority of people are happy for Derrick Rose. I know I was meant to come in this to celebrate Derrick Rose, but I also kind of immediately became like the defender of the situation as well, because I have seen a lot of people make cases that he doesn't deserve this jersey retirement and whatnot. So I became a little bit territorial, if you know what I mean. But it is what it is. You have your opinion, I have mine. We can all move on with our lives, live happily ever after, and see what ends up coming of this season outside of Derrick Rose. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.